Welcome back. In the third session, we are going to discuss about marketing feasibility. Feasibility of a business means viability of the business. A feasibility study is the evaluation of a business idea. The evaluation can be done by an entrepreneur himself or by professional consultant appointed by him. After project identification, project appraisal is done. For such appraisal, marketing research tool is largely used by an entrepreneur or by his consultant to check and recheck a business idea. Information is collected through primary and secondary sources of information for determining marketing feasibility. Now let us discuss about the importance of marketing feasibility. So in this chapter we shall discuss how to test a business idea purely from marketing angle. After a business idea is generated, marketing studies are conducted to find out the feasibility of the idea. In earlier chapters, we have seen that one of the weaknesses of a small scale industry is marketing. In the market, with increasing competition, the rate of new product introduction has been accelerated. In a survey, it is found that about 80% of the products do not meet the expectation of the customer, and such products are only a failure. They attain premature death in the market. For example, Hindustan Lever has set an objective of 2 new brands or products per month. New product introductions are both expensive and risky. However, they have become quite necessary for survival and growth of an enterprise. A large number of products that promise superior benefits to customers are introduced every year. The cost of developing a new product and introducing it in the market with the requisite promotional effort is extremely high. Besides, there is no certainty that the product introduced will be successful. In the light of this, study of marketing feasibility assumes significance. It is extremely useful for strategy formulation if done in a systematic and scientific manner. It is usually done in a combination with the economic feasibility study. Now let us see the stages in new product development. In that, the first stage is idea generation. For any product, an attractive idea for a new product is a starting point. Such ideas for a new product can come from almost anyone, although they often come from competitors, customers, company, research and development section, or from the company executives. And the next stage is screening. It is highly unlikely that all new product ideas that have been generated will be promising and worth pursuing. Besides, a company cannot afford to pursue too many new product ideas simultaneously. The purpose of screening is to evaluate and select the most promising idea of all the new product ideas. The third stage is concept development and evaluation. Product ideas are mere expressions, often in functional terms of product possibility. They need to be developed into product concept before evaluating their worth and initiating product development. A product concept is fairly a complete offering that a company presents to consumer for possible adoption. Therefore, a product concept must address the following. Number 1, target consumer. Specific needs of the consumers it aims to satisfy. Number 2, form or the manner in which the need is to be satisfied. Number 3, the primary benefit it offers to consumers. Number 4, the price, both monetary and non-monetary, that a consumer has to pay to receive these benefits. And the fourth stage is business analysis. At this stage, it is useful to undertake a fairly detailed appraisal of a new product proposal involving financial analysis. By this time, sufficient details about the potential product are known for a detailed evaluation, and yet substantial resource commitment in product development has not taken place. The critical elements of this appraisal are estimating future sales, cost, profit, and the extent of investment required. And the next stage is product development and evaluation. Once a product concept has passed the business analysis stage, work can begin to physically develop the product, convert the concept into concrete product. Companies often rely on consumer testing and field trials to obtain guidance in the development process. And the next stage is development and evaluation of marketing mix. Concurrent with product development, other elements of marketing mix such as packaging, brand name, final price, channel and promotional strategy have to be planned. Some of these may also be evaluated through consumer testing, either individually or in conjunction with other elements. And the seventh stage is test marketing. At this stage, the entire mix, including the product, is tested in selected market to determine the level of success. While many companies skip this stage, there are very valid reasons for test marketing a product. Test marketing provides an opportunity to test the acceptability of the product and the mix with minimum resource commitment and minimize the risk of failure in the large marketplace. And finally, the last stage is commercialization of the product. A product reaches the commercialization stage when it is launched in regional or national market. Lessons learned from test marketing must be implemented to modify and improve the product and the mix. Commercialization may be either phased, that is introduced only in the selected market, or the product may be introduced in all markets simultaneously depending upon the company's plans and resources. Marketing efforts should be mounted to get wide trial and repeat sales for the product in minimum time period. At every stage, a check and recheck is made and go and no-go decisions are made. With this, I am completing my third session. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you.